Hi everybody, Kim from Oz here, and thanks for watching my video. Now, this video is all about my Teacher's A5 Filofax, and I'm not going to show you a lot of the insides of the various bits of how I use it, but what I do want to show you is some of the printed teacher pages that I use. And those of us who are teachers, you're interested in that, but also it's a good way of showing you how I've developed and my own printable inserts to meet the needs. So what I've got here is it's a A5 leather zip, and I'll just open it up to show you. And it's got a tag on the side there, just helps me to identify it. I've got two very similar A5 black leather zips, and I just don't want to mix them up. I have occasionally. Just some basic stuff. I've got earphones and ruler and highlighters, and I've got a few little tags here. All these are is I have made dividers, and I've got for various subjects, and I've labeled them there, and I've just this is just cardstock that I've just printed the labels, stuck it on, and then label it. It's very basic, and inside here is just a few little things that I use for specific classes that I teach, a couple of lists and so on. But basically and essentially, the teacher planner is in here. So we're looking at term 3 in our Australian system in 2014, and so what I have is these small modules. Now I will throw out a credit to DIY Fish and inspiring me to work out a system for myself. Now these are not DIY Fish inserts, these are the ones that I have come up with and developed them, and it has been a work in progress. It is really what worked, and then the next week I would then modify things, and even in week 1 it's a little bit different to where I am in week at the moment. We're in week 5 of 2014 term 3. So what I've got here is a whole term, and I don't put everything in. I work about a week and a half ahead, and I'll just go to the next section here, and then I'll come back to my insert planners. So I've got my these are my teacher planners for the term, a week section. They're in sort of small modules, and I'll explain those when I come back to it. This section is my work calendar, and what I do is I just write all important dates, information, when exams and assignments are due, and this is based on my own school calendar. And so I've sort of used this a lot. I refer to this daily, writing in appointments, and anything that I need to be planning time-wise that is not specifically in a lesson will go into here. And this is at a glance I can see a lot of what's going on, and copying things down. So that's on tagged. At the back, area for notes, and of course, if those of you who know me, you can see that I'm a big note taker. I take lots of notes. I do file them away, and there's lots of different inserts here that I've designed. These are just bullet journal based notes and reminders that I've just created for myself, and of course just notes from meetings and a whole range of different things. Now I won't bore you with all the details. A lot of spare Filofax papers. I've got a small little plastic sleeve in a divider, which is from a folder. I just modified that. Of course, the stickers that any good teacher would have. So I don't carry a lot, but I do carry what I need, and then when I use them up, I just go back into my supply section of my desk and get a few more things. Dot points I find very handy, especially for my calendar. Dot stickers, and of course just a couple of extra forms, policy lists from my school, and a whole range of just information. A few more pages of stickers that I have stuck holes in, and use these during class time. Again, some more notes, and a pen holder, because I found that this works quite well holding my pen. The actual pen loop in this zip doesn't quite hold the Coletto pen. And just while I'm here, I just want to explain why I use the Coletto, because this is red, black, pencil, and eraser. So that I've actually got all my pens that I really need for class: a red pen, a black pen, pencil and an eraser, all in the one pen. And I just have found that the Colettos are working for me really well. At the back section of well, I guess you've seen it now, but just some DVDs, and I've just punched holes into a DVD case, and things that I may use occasionally for a lesson stored in there. And it's very simple, and that's basically the setup. And it's very functional, and I carry this everywhere I go at my school, in my classes, and I've got everything on hand. And so what I'm going to do is just show you very quickly. And I also have, if you've seen one of my videos, I have a page turner which I have modified, and this is how I find my week very quickly. So this was last week, and I use the page turner, which I'll move, and I'll show you how I do that in a minute. Highlighters, just little things that I use over and over again. And this was the week that is just finished, and you can see there's a bit of, and I'll go through exactly what this all is. But say I wanted to start the new week. I've printed up ahead, so week 5 is here, and I've just used some coloured paper to divide this 2 sections, so I sort of can see at a glance where week 5 starts, because there's a lot of paper. I've got a tiny little bit of washi tape which I use just to connect this week 4 section, and it's an A4 sheet of paper, a single A4 sheet of paper, and these are A5. That folds in, that folds over, and it acts as a little pocket. So week 4 is sort of contained in that A4 sheet. Remove that, turn the page, place this here, and this will be for week 5. So open it up, and then the washi tape, which is this little folded back loop which is here on the side, I'll just open it up, and that secures that. So when I open this up to find where I'm up to, it's as easy as just grabbing the page turner, opening it up, and there I have it. So I'm now in my week 5. Now, to do this ahead of time, I've actually, and of course just to protect the privacy of my classes and the place that I work, I've actually replaced a lot of the letters with X's and other things, just so you can't identify students, and that respects their privacy in what I've got, also just names and everything. So if you tried to analyze this video, you would find that you couldn't read a lot of this. So let me show you my planner. So this is basically it, and my week is there, and then through here are each of the subjects that I teach, and that's it. So every week to a fortnight I'll print up this set, and these are just printed on a normal A5 printer, A4 printer, and I've just cut them up, and that's it. And the package for each week fits in, and as I showed you, closes up, and then that's basically my whole week. If I have to write something in for the following week, I usually do have. Now, because the one I'm about to show you is my temporary setup, that, you know, it's not the real setup, this is actually what I'll use for week 5. But normally I'd have a week 6 in here, and I've already written some notes already for next week. Anything that's too important, I'll write notes, post-it notes, which I can transfer to later weeks, or in the calendar. I'm trying not to double up too much, but I want it all here. So what have I got? Well, let's have a look at the calendar, the weekly planner, that A4 sheet. It's washi tape just for protection, because I open this out quite a bit. I've just got basic information from my work, which I won't really let you look at. On this side, I have a section of notes, So any important things for planning, for dates, transfer, calendar, anything there. And it's a bit hard to see, so I'm going to lift it up closer so you can see. Can you see? And there's a grid just on the side there in case I need that, because I do a lot of sketching as well. On this side I've got my schedule, calendar printed up. Now we have a public holiday on the Monday of this week, so I've just written that down, and then I've just got basically my timetable, which I write in words, a couple of things, what the lesson's about. I tried to do it very minimal information here because a lot of it goes here. Now I do have lesson plans and documents which are more detailed, but what I try to do in class is just have the basics. So my classroom planning is done just on this little frame per lesson. It's very typical for teachers to do that, but I have got lesson plans that are in far more detail, but I use those in my planning and can refer to those. They're also online. If I've got my laptop with me in class, then I can refer to those. What I've got is my planner is a synopsis of what I work with, and use that as a reference guide in my teaching, and so this works for me. I've got an inspirational quote which I've just been recently adding to that. This one's from Thomas Merton, and just areas for notes. Now the other side isn't used because it really has to stay connected, so basically I've just got an announcement there what week it is, and that if I need it is there. These are all different bits of information that at a glance I don't need to look up, and again that washi tape just holds it in place so it doesn't fly off, and I can move it like that. Post-it notes, bit of washi, highlighters, things like that just when I need it. So I guess that's my dashboard. And then my lessons. Now we have what we call a roll call lesson, which is 4 periods a week. On here, I might actually move to another one just so you can see it. This is more typical, but this is almost like it's like my homeroom class, and I've got what I will do in each of those, plus a roll and a few other little bits and pieces here. But that's not a typical lesson, so I might just actually turn to this one. So RNA show day in the town that I live is the Royal National Association show. It's just like a country farm type holiday. We get a day off to attend that as a public holiday, and so on. So that's why I've written that there, and that's printed up. And now I use Word to a document to do this, and each page is a full Word page, and then I print this up as a booklet, and the way the printer at my work can do that, so it prints it up as an A5 booklet, and that's already in order, and then I just cut and hole it, and that's it. So I'll just show you a little bit of what is in each page. So here, I'll just, in case someone else needs to use it, I've got information about which room it's in, and again these are all changed, so you know this isn't correct. Here I've got times and lessons, rooms, how long the lesson goes for. I've got bullet points to help plan, and homework at the bottom if it's required there. On this side, again this spread is for the whole class for the whole week, so in this subject I have this class for 3 lessons a week. I have the roll which I will take, and then I will take it, flick a tick or fill in if they're absent, and then I need to then transfer that electronically, and sometimes in the rush of the class I don't get to do it instantly, but I've got it there as a reference. It's very good also, instead of having a roll chart with the days in, it's there, so if a student goes, oh I wasn't there, I can quickly check and say, well actually you were in the class because you marked there. A lot of notes, because I do take notes throughout the lesson, and so we've got bullet points again. Down the bottom in the notes section I have just a section of where the current work program that I'm using in class and what I'm covering as well. So in case I need to refer to the following week, I've got information there. Now it's only a very brief synopsis as well, but it helps connect me. I don't need to look up my laptop in class. I've really got it all there. Now the whole idea of it is that at a glance I have my week planner always open, and hence the influence of the DIY fish planning system, which was good. So I've got that's always going to be open, and no matter what lesson I'm at, that will always be in front of me. I've got my lesson outlines here, and then the utilities, notes, role, all the functional stuff on this side. It's very streamlined, but that's really what is working for me. So let me just show you quickly the other pages, just if you're interested. So again, on that Monday, that's a lesson day, so I would fill these out, and I'll show you one little section later. Now, this could be a math lesson, and so I've got some multiplication tables which I will then read out, and then notes, and again a real synopsis of the work program, so I know where we're heading, keeping up to date with dates and so on. I won't show you that, and of course the role. Now if we have a new student, of course I can either add them at the bottom or make any changes. Occasionally I might get a student who prefers to be called a different name to what they're on the official role, so I might write that in, and then next time when I print it I can modify that. So it's the beauty of not having it printed out for a whole term is that I can modify it quite easily and update it quite easily. So there's another subject there, and again another one, some more notes, just very typical. Now you might find, especially if you want to use this system, you might have 4 or maybe 5 lessons a week. So if that was the case, I'd either put another lesson on that side, because remember that is one whole subject, so I could make more room there or reduce these down. I find these 3 are about right. Possibly could have 4 if I wanted to fit that in. Again, information from the curriculum, and these are all unused because as an example, and of course the names have been changed to protect the innocent. Those students of mine watching, yes, your security is safe there. No one's going to track your name down. Okay, and yeah, just information there. At the back, some notes. If I'm in a meeting, I've got that there for the week, and then I transfer those over. And that's my planning system. Now it really works really well for me. The good thing is everything is there in one spread. I can see it all. I can refer to it. If I go to the next class, I don't have to bring a whole range of different things. I've got all the information there. And then at the end of the lesson, I can either, for instance, if I know that I've got to teach this class next, I will just fold that down, and then that will then page mark it ready to open after morning tea or something like that, or recess, and that's it. So it's taken me quite maybe 2 years to develop this, and at the moment it's working well. So I'm just going to give you, and I won't focus too much on it because I do want to make sure that it's not too revealing too much information, but you can see here again, these are just a couple of words or maybe a couple of pointers just to show what I need to cover in my class. So if I say, okay, on Wednesday I've got on period let's say period 4 that says quiz. So I know that that's basically the center of the lesson of what the students are doing and so on. I tend to highlight whole day events with these large words down. It could be a public holiday, or in this case it was a sports day, and also just monitoring perhaps a relief lesson I have to take. Information up the top, red includes meetings, and also down the bottom on Monday, just a little reminder that there's a meeting down there. So it's very chronological as well, but it's sort of at a glance, and that was the whole thing. At a glance, I should be able to see what I'm doing for the week. And then of course there's some notes. It wasn't a busy week that week, so post-it notes there, and then you can see that I've written notes into these classes here, and of course these are just really brief lesson outlines. So I might open it to there's a typical one. I've written extra notes in red just so it catches my attention, and of course, you know, reminders, ideas, and not a lot of notes there, but I have written a few little different things just to remind me. And that's basically my planning. Now of course I teach in middle and senior school in Australia, and so those who teach in elementary or in primary or junior schools would actually need to have a different way of designing their lesson plans, of course, but in secondary and in middle school, just a very brief outline helps. At the end of the week, I would then go through and transfer anything, a bit similar to a bullet journal system, where I've got notes, I've got things that I had to transfer across, reminders, and then that will go into the next week's work. So no meetings, yay! So nothing filled in there, and that's my system. So the teacher's journal. Again, another big thank you to DIY Fish for inspiring and helping me develop my system. I really encourage you to think about what you need and then design your sections and your folders and pages in what you want. It is a journey, it is a work in progress, and each teacher really has their own individual needs. And the reason I do use a Filofax rather than the printed teacher journal is that there's a lot of common aspects of those printed journals that I don't use at all, and I would rather use something that every page is used rather than have half a diary that I take around with me that is never ever being used. And also too, the A5 is just that bit smaller at the end of the day, and the reason I do use the zip is the week is over, and it might sound crazy, but that zipping at the end of the day and the end of the week mentally closes off work, and it's ready for the next day, but all of my planning is packaged in this one binder. So a long video again, but thanks for enduring this. If you got to the end and you're listening to this, well done. If you have any questions or any comments, just please put those in. And getting a bit blurry with the camera, or it could be me. So thanks for watching, and yeah, so put anything down in the comments if you have some questions, and please subscribe to my channel. And this is Kent from Moz saying thanks for watching, and I'll see you on another Filofax video.